Are you using Olympus camera to stream?
Yeah.
Good, isn't it?
Fantastic, isn't it? You like
Yeah.
the
Yeah, it's good.
And I can do this. Alexa, set Hugo to blue.
Ooh. Is Blue Hugo your safe word? Blue Hugo, Blue Hugo, no!
Blue Hugo, Blue Hugo.
Who are you? Where are you? Why are you? When are you? How are you? What is you? Who are you? Who are you? Where are you? Why are you? When are you? How are you? What is you? Say what is you? Who are you? Where are you? Why are you? When are you? How are you? What is you? I say what is you? Who are you? Where are you? Why are you? When are you? How are you? What is you? I say what is you?
That is the creepiest thing.
So go on, answer the questions, Lewis.
All right, shit. Okay, so what? Fucking hell. There's a lot going on there.
I played you a jingle.
Who are you? What are you? Where are you? That's what
is you?
Who are you?
When are you? And what is you?
Okay, hello, my name is Lewis Speight, and I'm a
Correct.
typical Yorkshireman, of course. I like my pies, and I like a good film.
Lewis, you're not answering the specific questions that were set out for you. Could you please answer them? Right, okay. Who are you?
I'm Lewis Speight.
Okay, where are you?
Halifax, West Yorkshire, UK.
Why are you?
Because why not?
Correct, well done. When are you?
Every day of the week.
How are you?
Fantastic, thank you. Living the dream.
What is you?
Also, fat and fantastic now.
There you go, correct. You answered all the questions.
I like these sort of, the Tinder profile. I'm a Yorkshireman, so I like me pies and the occasional film.
But never the twain shall meet.
Yeah, it's meat and potato and Die Hard.
Christmas film, Die Hard.
But Die Hard 2, cheese and onion, strangely enough.
Yeah, steak and kidney and Titanic.
No, it's all about the war films and steak and gravy.
Oh, war films. Okay, is that like a precursor to what your selections are?
Absolutely not at all.
Yeah. So
Which bit of Toy Story 3 is like a war film?
All toy soldiers. I've got 5 kind of facts, if you like, per film.
Yeah,
would you like me to go through film what I would call number 1? I'll give you the 5 facts and see if you get it.
Is this your favourite film?
Oh, fucking hell.
No. Go start at 5.
You tell me that to be in order. All right, I'll tell you what then. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you the film that I think is got my favourite ending.
So
Okay.
You've got 5 films there.
Mm-hmm.
Can you quickly think of which is your favourite one and tell us which is your least favourite out of those 5 films?
All right, I've got a favourite.
Okay, we don't want to know that yet. There's no. Have you ever listened to a podcast ever?
Are you familiar with the phrase top 5?
Top 5. Yeah.
As in 5 being your least, your least favourite, and 1 being your absolute favourite.
I'm not gonna lie, right? But asking me for my top 5 favourite films ever isn't as easy as what you guys think it is, because I don't really it's hard. If you just asked me to just think of 5 films that I've even seen, that would have been quite difficult in itself. So.
Okay. So,
I'm not big.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Stay away from your top 3, and then we'll just just go with We'll do 4 and 5. That'll make it easy for you.
Let's do 5 first.
See, what I did was as well, I was like, my childhood favourite film, not necessarily something that I watch now, but then was my favourite film ever. That's what I did.
That's what we would call. We did something similar where it's a film that it might not necessarily be like something that you watch all the time now, but it's like an event film, like it represents a specific time in your life, right? Or it's something that's nostalgic because you loved it when you were a kid, and that's just as valid.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going with for at least one of them anyway.
Let's go through some facts for that one.
All right, so are you ready?
I'm not sure anymore.
You knew it was never going to go smoothly.
Right, go on. So, Lewis is number 5, maybe.
So, a childhood animated film where the main character embarks on a treacherous adventure to avert a deadly epidemic from spreading in Nome, Alaska. I so wish you were putting this out visually rather than just on a podcast, because your face is brilliant.
I have absolutely no idea.
So it's an animated film. Someone embarks on a journey from Alaska.
The main character embarks on a treacherous adventure to avert a deadly epidemic from spreading in Nome, Alaska.
Alaska.
Okay.
I think I've got an idea, but I've never seen it.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna write it down. Right. Okay. Written it down.
Right. Made in 1995.
Oh. Oh. Oh no. No.
This is what I would maybe class as one of the hard ones, I think. But
okay. Does Elton John sing a song in it?
I don't know.
Oh fuck.
I don't think so.
And no, I don't think it's The Lion King.
No, it's nothing like that. A lot of people probably never even heard of the film. Okay, you ready? It was a financial failure because it was overshadowed by Pixar's Toy Story and Jumanji.
It's the global pandemic thing that's getting me.
Oh, he's getting to his Oros.
Oh, COVID jokes.
Oh my god. All right, so it was a third and final animated feature produced by Spielberg's UK-based Amblimation before it became DreamWorks Animation.
So it must be pretty popular.
I thought everybody knew about it until
when you started this conversation a minute ago.
No, it is well known because I'll tell you why when you get it. I've got like a 6th clue that I've just thought of now, actually. But
right, go on then.
I'm going to tell you this. Kevin Bacon voiced the main character.
Bloody hell, you've done well here, Lou.
Yeah, stumped us completely.
All right, extra one. In Central Park, New York, there is a statue of the main character because I believe it is based on true events.
Based on true events?
You got it, sir.
All right.
No.
So think. Let's go through our global pandemics then.
Word for word, a deadly epidemic.
Oh, deadly. So you didn't say global pandemic. You said deadly epidemic.
A deadly epidemic from spreading in Nome, Alaska.
Nome, Alaska. Nome. Kevin Bacon.
Is this what happens now? Do you just repeat my clues back to me?
Repeat the clues back to you.
Financial failure.
Financial failure.
Kevin.
I'd written down Fern Gully because I knew that was about a similar sort of time, but no.
Nope, never even heard of that.
So I think. Whoa.
Crikey.
How do you normally do this? Do we normally tell you what the name of this is before we move on to the next one, or do we?
Anastasia.
No.
I've given up then. I've got nothing else.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Do you want me to tell you now?
Yeah, go on.
Balto.
Who?
Oh, come on. Balto. Balto.
Balto.
Yeah, it was massive.
Is it a bat?
No, it's a wolf dog thing.
Balto. I've never heard of that.
You are missing out.
Balto.
Yeah, man. True
Right.
story about a dog who
right. I've
infected with diphtheria.
Yeah, in the 19...
Simon, can you just run a quick background check and check he's not making this shit up?
No, now I've seen the film poster. I recognise it now. Balto is a 1995 British-American live animation feature directed by Simon Wells. The film is loosely based on a true story of a dog of the same name who helped save children infected with diphtheria in the 1925 run to Nome. The film stars Kevin Bacon, Bridget Fonda, Jim Cumming and Phil Collins, with Bob Hoskins and Maria Margulies in the live action sequences. Balto is the third. It exists.
There you go. Take that, Ross.
Wow. I'm going to have to check that out.
There was 2 sequels, direct-to-video, Balto 2, Wolf Quest, and Balto 3, Wings of Change.
Yeah, they were shit.
And what were the other 2 likely?
Absolute shit.
Well, to give you an idea, none of the original cast reprised their roles in the follow-up, so...
It wasn't the best when it came to that type of thing. I'm just numbering the other films, so I know which.
So why is that your 5th favourite film ever?
Because it's not something. I think it was more because it was a dog, and I like dogs and wolves. So I wouldn't watch it now, and it's probably actually a really crap film, to be honest.
Really?
Did you ever get on with Lassie?
I hated that thing. What was that all about?
That was a dog.
I know, but the woman in that program.
No, it was a dog.
The woman in that program just annoyed me, and the dog was really pretentious. I don't like that.
It stuck up. It was stuck up, was it?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that dog had an opinion about everything.
Are you telling me you like Lassie, Ross?
No.
No, but we've heard of it.
You were
I
just
like Mango.
You were just sucked up by the marketing. That's all.
Oh dear. Mango Lassie is amazing. Now you've said that, I really want one. Oh dear.
Is that a drink?
Right, yeah. It's natural yogurt of water and ice. It's amazing.
No.
Anyway, so
well, I'm glad you liked the word. You need to watch it though, right? Or
I?
You do, yeah. It's fantastic.
Okay.
I mean, it's Kevin Bacon,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
From the E adverts.
When I read that it was Kevin Bacon that voiced him, I was like, oh, I didn't think it was him doing the voice.
Right. Okay. So, is this a film? Did you go and see it at the cinema, or was it?
I must have been about 5 years old.
Right. Was the video shop selling it off because no one bought it, or?
Everybody, it's got a statue in Central Park. Everybody knows about it.
Yeah, but that's to do with the original thing that happened, not to do with the film.
It looks pretty bit close to the cartoon character.
I stand corrected.
I don't know why there's a statue of it because I didn't think it was that big a deal.
No, because the real Balto, whatever he's called, did do what he did in the film essentially.
He is called Balto.
Yes, I'm fully aware of that now.
Oh shit! I've just thought of another film that I should have used instead of that.
Believe me, we all wish you had.
Oh Christ! I think it was the adventure side of things, and it had it had a predictable ending, which is probably what I liked about it when I was younger.
Right.
But there was like teddies, and it probably even came free in a McDonald's Happy Meal at some point. It was a
Okay.
before your time.
Hey, those were the days though, weren't they? Getting toys for your Happy Meal. Is that still a thing?
No, they stopped it now because of plastic waste.
Really?
Yeah, you get a book now.
Oh, for God's sake! No one can read nowadays.
So we'll talk about Lewis's number 4 now. Okay.
Lewis, number 4.
Number 4.
Released in 1990.
Balto 2.
If you'd have been paying attention, Sam, and you know that the first one came out in 1995. So.
No, the second one was 2002. It was a joke for comedy effect.
So, film number 4, or technically 2, I'm doing it the other way to you. Apparently, I can't count backwards. Released in 1990, directed by Gary Marshall, from a screenplay by J.F. Lawton. It was Ralph Bellamy's final performance.
Okay. Never heard of it. Ralph Bellamy, no idea.
For sake. Okay, so it was the third biggest grossing film in 1990.
It was the third. Fucking hell. Tell you what, you need an encyclopedic knowledge of box office to be able to just hone in on the third highest grossing film in 1990.
It was a romantic comedy based in Los Angeles. It was originally intended to be a dark, cautionary tale about class and prostitution.
Oh, I know it.
Do you want the final clue? You should
Yeah.
get final clue. Featured Richard Gere and Julia Roberts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty Woman.
That's the one.
Okay.
So, what was number 3?
No,
Pretty Woman's a good film.
If you ask my mum still thinks this is my absolute number 1 film. So much so she bought it me on DVD like 2 years ago for Christmas because she thought it was like you still buy it. But it's just I think it was because Richard Gere was this like absolute most successful loaded millionaire person.
And you wish you were Julia Roberts.
I
was just about to say, but how unbelievably fit was Richard Gere in Pretty Woman?
Depends who he has. But I really, really do not like Julia Roberts as an actor. Get that? I would not avoid a film if she's in it.
Yeah, me too.
And Richard Gere.
That's pretty crazy that, like, your 4th favourite film of all time.
That's someone you can't stand.
Welcome to my logic. But yeah.
Was that the film that launched Julia Roberts' career, would you say? Or was there something before that?
I think she did Fried Green Tomatoes before that, but I think Pretty Woman was a sort of first big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read something about her in this film. You might have been right there, though, but it was quite a big thing for her career.
Yeah, it was. There was.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard of Pretty Green Tomatoes, or whatever it was called.
Fried green tomatoes.
Fried.
Yeah, I think was it fried green tomatoes at the Whistle Stop Inn or something. I think.
You know that, and you've never heard of Balto?
Sue me. I've never seen it. I've never seen that. I haven't seen that either. But to be fair, after your recommendation, if it was a choice between the two, I'd probably choose Balto.
Well, instead of Pretty Woman.
Definitely instead of Pretty Woman. Yeah.
What's your favourite film then?
No, well, I mean, I went to see it. I did work experience at a department store in Manchester, which is literally opposite where Jessups was.
I thought you were going to do work experience as a prostitute.
Yeah, it pays very well. And I got to know this girl, and I really fancied her. She was lovely. And on my last day, she said, "Oh, we'll go out for a meal." So we had a pizza, and I borrowed like 20 quid off my mum and dad. And then we had the pizza like straight away. So she said, "Did you want to go and see a film?" And I thought, yeah. And we went to see Pretty Woman. And I would have been 15. I've never discussed this with anyone, but I didn't watch the film at all because I wanted to put my arm around her. And I didn't quite know the moment to do it. So all I was concentrating on is whether I should put my arm around her.
So really, this film brings back really bad memories. It's got a
potentially, because I never did put my arm around her. No, and I never saw her again.
So she didn't like the movie?
I think she enjoyed the film. I didn't watch it, and it was shit.
She just didn't like you then. Why did you never see her again?
She's a bit older than me.
How old was she? About 45?
Was it your babysitter?
Oh dear! I took one photograph of her, and I had a disposable camera, and the flash didn't go off. So the only picture I had of her was like a silhouetted picture. You couldn't see any faces. I was gutted.
Ross, she didn't exist.
Yeah. You saw her for a second time and had to build up the courage to make sure you didn't make the same mistake again. So you ended up watching Diad and just showing her a picture of your erection.
Yeah, we've all been there though, haven't we? So, you know.
This will do it. If Diad doesn't do it, nothing.
Like the flash didn't go off in the cinema.
Although her reaction was, "You mean die limp?" But you know,
I think the real sort of challenge here is try getting a reach around while you're watching Balto. That's a tough one.
Do you fancy
at least Pretty Woman presents you with opportunities.
Do you fancy doing it Balto style?
That could be a thing.
I mean, I think the actual story of Pretty Woman is quite interesting. Isn't it based on My Fair Lady or Pygmalion or something?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So it's an oldish. So it's just like a new version, a newish version of an old story. Yeah. I think. Do you know a bit that I hate that in that film. You know her friend.
Yes.
And they've sat around a pool, and she goes, "You know, there's a story like this where the girl gets everything and marries the Prince Charming." And goes, "I don't know, Cinderella." Like,
See, that's the point. That is the point when I'd have put my arm around.
Well, the dog.
I'd have gone. Oh, that was a terrible joke. Wham.
I could show you a stat.
Arm round her, die hard out.
Disposable camera, flash.
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
So your mum still thinks it's your favourite film?
Probably, if you asked her. If I asked her now what my favourite film was, she would probably say that.
Right. Okay. And when was the last time you watched it?
Well, when she bought it me on DVD, I tried to watch it, and I probably got distracted. So probably about a year ago.
Were you trying to put your arm around Chips with your knob out?
Try to get the flash working on the disposable camera. But yeah, so it's not something that. Yeah. These are honestly, it was hard for me to even think of 5 films that I even liked. Never mind. But no, it was the concept of I think somebody being.
Would it have been easier if we just said the worst films ever? Your top 5 worst films? Would that just have been easier?
Yeah, that would be good.
Right.
Let's just re-record the intro.
Lewis's number 3. Bad films. Go on.
Oh, it was Tom Hardy's first film role.
Is it animated? Let's get that out of the way now.
No. Right, do you want me to just rattle off these clues and you can try and go, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
A 2001 war film featuring Ewan McGregor and Tom Hardy in his first film role. It won 2 Academy Awards for Best Editing and Best Sound, based on the 1999 non-fiction book of the same name by Mark Bowden, produced and directed by Ridley Scott.
Thin Red Line, is it?
No. You on about...
Not the Rowan Atkinson program, no.
Well, it's not. Well, Ridley Scott war film in 2001. It's not
Black Hawk Down.
It's not Saving Private Ryan, is it?
No, that was Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, yeah.
Was I right with Black Hawk Down, Lewis?
Was indeed.
Ah?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
I've never seen that.
Why?
I don't know.
Have you seen it, Ross?
Yeah, it's a good film now. But it's not Balto, but it's a classic. I think the only thing that could have possibly made Black Hawk Down better is if Tom Hardy was an animated dog. But that's just me.
Kevin Bacon got shot on the battlefield, and his spirit ends up entering a dog called Balto.
Yeah. So why there isn't a statue of Ewan McGregor in there?
Oh God!
So Black Hawk Down. Right. Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about it? Because I've never seen it.
Oh, Ziff! It's proper like it takes after the really long slow intro. Once you get to the exciting bit, it doesn't seem to ever.
Are you talking about the podcast or Black Hawk Down?
Well, I tell you what, though, if any of your listeners are still listening, you know they're loyal.
We're not live.
They didn't make it past Balto. Don't worry about it.
Genuinely, I really like this film. It's not like the other two.
Is it set in Iraq or is it like in Afghanistan or?
Yeah, it's Afghan or it's Afghan, isn't it?
Yeah, like Baghdad.
I was going to go Baghdad, yeah. Oh no, it's in Mogadishu.
Gesundheit.
What just happened?
I thought you sneezed.
So what? So why that over other war films, or have you not seen many more? Or
no,
Simon, the next 2 are going to be war films.
No. But for that, it was between that or We Were Soldiers.
Right. Okay.
That's good. That's better. That's way better.
Yeah, but this is a bit more modern, and you know what I'm like. I love We Were Soldiers actually, but this was a bit more. This seemed to keep me on the edge of the seat longer. Like I could watch this now and still feel like the sound effects and actually when I was reading up on it, it won awards for sound and color editing and stuff. So obviously, from the sound point of view, it was a lot more immersive than probably a lot out there. But yeah, it was.
It's interesting. It's interesting that you say that about sound, because you're right. Some films like really grab you with the sound, and to go in the complete opposite direction. Whenever people talk about sound in those types of films where, you know, it's like it's a war zone or there's something big happening, and it records things like, you know, Dunkirk. When I went to see Dunkirk, the sound, like I was deaf for about 3 days afterwards because we went to see it in IMAX. But the one film that has the worst sound I've ever heard in my life, and they are shit films to be fair, and I do apologise if this is in your top 2, but the Transformers films.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever noticed, but there was giant building-sized robots being thrown through buildings, and the sound was it was like me sat in my bedroom with 3 Pringle tubes. I could have replicated the sound better with 3 Pringle tubes. It was almost like a tap on a bit of, it was shit. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I also think that those films, I think that the first one was definitely okay. But I think the problem is that the main thing that you're watching is the Transformers, isn't it? That's why you're going to see that film. And I think once they start fighting with each other, there's so much going on and they're moving so fast. It's hard to tell what's happening and who's who, isn't it? There's a bit where one of the main character dies, and I didn't notice because I couldn't tell who it was. You know, one of the main Transformers. And there was, I think I watched the second one and just thought, I've now no idea what's going on. There's so much going on, and so many buildings being blown up and knocked to the ground with Ross's Pringle tubes, and it was just so hard to keep up with what was going on. I kind of lost interest.
I've always said, Simon, one of your biggest problems is you can't tell your Optimus Primes from your Shia LaBeoufs. I've always said that about you.
I mean, it is my one and only downfall.
I wonder whether that succeeded so much because of the visual effects. Because they were, when that first one came out, was it 2007 or something? It was a long time ago.
Probably about that, yeah.
The visual effects, even now, you can't spot. I personally, even now, can't spot the difference between what is animated and what not animated. But you know what I mean? What's visual effects?
You can't tell if it's a real dog or not.
Oh. Fuck's sake.
Sorry, go on.
Look, when you watch Balto, you'll know exactly where I'm coming from. You'll also
that real dog up there is so dignified.
as long as it makes good sounds when it runs through the snow.
Oh dear.
But yeah, so I think it's the bit like even now, like I think the effects on that film, they must have been well ahead of the curve back then.
With Black Hawk Down?
No, with Transformers.
Oh right. When you said no, I was like, no, Balto.
No, Balto, obviously. But no, the oh Christ. Yeah. The immersion in Black Hawk Down is the sounds, and it's like somebody gets shot and I think loses a leg or something, and that is gory and it's properly like in your face. And there's a bit coming back to the We Were Soldiers thing. There's a bit in there where that guy's on fire and they tried to lift him onto the helicopter, and that even then, even though there was a lot more going on there, I didn't feel like I was emotionally connected to the characters as much as I was with Black Hawk Down. Because Black Hawk Down, you're following like a really small little kind of squadron or whatever they call it, you know.
Yeah.
In the Black Hawk, obviously, they go in the helicopter and you're really following them from start to finish, and then you're really kind of connected to them, I think.
No, that's good. That's good. I mean, I think that out of all the ones that you've said, that's the one I'll probably watch.
Of a Balto.
Yeah. I think so.
As if you honestly though, you do need to go watch that.
What, Balto? All right.
I realised as I finished that, I thought, I know what you're going to say. Do you know what? Yeah, go watch Balto.
Yeah, I think I will.
This isn't one of my top 2 or 3 or whatever, but Oliver and Company.
Yeah.
That's, remember when I said earlier, I've just thought of a film that really should have taken place of this.
Well, I think for a start, you'd be in Ross's Good Books with that because it's based on Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens, which is why he will have heard of it.
I see.
Yeah, I love Oliver Twist.
And I think it was directed by the same guy that Ralph Bakshi, I think it was. Anyway, I'm going off on one. It's not about me; it's about you, Lewis.
You must have pretty much invited me on because you knew this is what you were going to get. It's not like you were going to get...
No, it's complete curveballs at every single turn.
It's not like you were expecting me to pull out 5 corkers, is it? Really?
No, it's fascinating. It explains an awful lot.
I love it.
So, Lewis, just a bit of a recap on your top 5. So, your 5th favourite film in the world ever was an animated film called Balto that no one's heard of.
It's got a statue in Central Park. Am I
That can't be your justification for anything. And your 4th favourite film was Pretty Woman.
Which made Julia Roberts' career, may I add?
Yeah, well, I've got to thank it for that. And Black Hawk Down or possibly We Were Soldiers.
No, definitely Black Hawk Down.
Okay, well, fair enough. Yeah. That's fine. So should we go into your top 2 films now, Lewis?
Yeah.
Okay. Lewis is number 2. Okay. Got some clues?
Yep, I do. So it's a 2015 American crime / comedy / drama.
Right. Okay.
That's what it is. Written and directed by Glenn Ficarra.
Okay.
The plot follows a career con artist who takes an aspiring femme fatale under his wings.
Takes an aspiring what?
I knew you were going to say that. What it translates to is vicious woman or something like that, I think.
Femme fatale.
Yeah.
Oh, femme fatale. Right, all right. I know what a femme fatale is, but that's not what I heard.
You got to pass it through Lewis's filter.
I
think I know what it is.
You probably do, yeah. Your mic's gone a bit quiet as well.
I've gone a bit further away from the microphone.
It sounds different. Might just be me, but anyway.
Right, okay.
So it had mixed reviews by critics, but was a success at box office, grossing $158 million against a $50 million budget.
Nice facts, Lewis.
Yeah, and stars Will Smith and Margot Robbie. You wouldn't like it.
Will Smith and Margot Robbie.
Yeah, I remember it coming out. I don't remember. I've never seen it, and I don't know what it's called.
I'm trying to think. I must know it, but I don't think I've ever seen a film with Will Smith and Margot Robbie in it. I mean, I've seen separate films with them in respective films.
Have you seen Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
That was
there you go.
Oh, but it's not Suicide Squad. No, that wasn't 2015, was it?
No. Oh, was it Suicide Squad?
No.
No.
I was going to say that's a really weird description of Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It could fit, though.
I'm just trying to think of, like, it wasn't, no, it's not Hancock, is it?
No.
Will Smith films. Where he plays a detective, and it's like a comedy crime.
No, he's a con artist.
I don't think I've seen this.
No, I haven't. The only reason I know about it is because they both went on Top Gear together, didn't they?
Oh, they did. Yes.
To advertise the film, and I can't remember the film because I never saw it or fancied it.
I didn't watch it thinking I was going to love it, but it ended up obviously being my very nearly favourite film.
Is there a day of the week in the title or a month in the title or something?
Nope.
Oh, I've no idea.
It's one word.
It's not Freaky Friday, Simon.
Any given Sunday.
That's Al Pacino.
I don't know. I think aren't they both on the cover in sunglasses or something? I can't remember. Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Your door's just open. It slightly scared me. I don't know. Forgivable, Unforgiven, or something. It's something like that, isn't it?
Really?
Forgotten, Forgiven, Forgotten.
No.
I got. Do you give up, Ross?
Yeah, I've got no idea.
Go on, Lewis. Tell us your top 2 film.
Focus. It's called Focus.
Right. Sorry, I thought you were telling me to focus.
It's called Focus.
Yeah, and
I've never heard of it.
the reason it is up there, it was nearly my favourite film, but the reason it was up there is because it has like some double, triple twist at the end of it, and I'm a sucker for twists. It's an ending that I really didn't see coming, and I remember sitting...
The ice lolly?
Yes, Ross, the ice lolly.
He's a sucker for them and funny feet.
Sounds fab.
Hey, don't get you started on mini milks.
Oh, but yeah, so I remember watching it at the end thinking, you know, when you kind of go, shit, like on a twist. I did that like 3 times in a row. I was like, oh my God, there's a twist on the twist. And it just blew my mind. But I've always liked, it's all about like pickpocket and all that type of stuff. And I've always liked the idea of being that sleight of hand stuff. And that film is pretty much all around that. And
right.
I was on paper, I was going to like it from the start. I was always going to love it. And Margot Robbie.
Will Smith.
Well, yeah, but you know, Margot Robbie.
So what in particular happens in it? Obviously, don't tell us the twist, just in case by some chance it's on and I lose.
Couldn't even explain the twist. To be honest, there was a lot going on at the end.
Right? But, did you not quite understand it?
Oh no, I did.
Right. Okay.
I did.
I was waiting for you to say it's a class film, but I fucking hate Will Smith and Margot Robbie.
No, I do quite.
It on DVD. I got distracted and put Balto on instead.
I just the problem is that if you'd have asked me to guess your top 5 films, I wouldn't have been anywhere near.
What would you have said?
Taken 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know. I don't know. I know you've not seen that many films, but I thought maybe I'd have seen some of the ones that you.
This is why, right? Because this is why I'm not a massive fan of films, because I don't. This is why I can't. I find it hard to find top 5 because it's very rare I come across a film that I actually like. Which is why then I don't necessarily like watching in the first place, because I always feel robbed of my time every time I watch a film. But I don't know what would make a good film. If you told me to make my own, describe the best film ever, I wouldn't. Either animated, prostitute, or war.
It's when it says, name your 3 favourite things. Anime, prostitutes, war. It's like inside the mind of a psychopath. Like, what are you? I'm gonna show you some images, and you're gonna tell me what you see. Anime.
Ross, have you any questions about Focus?
No. I'm still sort of reeling at how. I mean, I called it. I said they'd be abstract, didn't I?
Yeah.
No consistency at all, is it?
I'm just. We've said 4 films, and neither of us have seen 2 of them.
I just like to keep you on your toes.
Oh, not only have we never seen them, we've never fucking heard of them.
Joke's on you then. Yeah, up your game.
Yeah, obviously it's us that's missing out.
Obviously, yeah.
You might as well have come in with like a top 5 of the sort of men's Swedish special interest group. Like,
right, listen. Do any of your favourite films have a statue of it in Central Park in New York?
Would you like to tell us your favourite film in the world ever?
No, I want to give you the clues for it.
Oh yeah, go on then. May as well.
All right, okay, so you'll probably get it from at least 2. All these clues are quite a big giveaway. But, you ready?
Right.
This is an easy one. It was a second installment of a trilogy, directed, produced, and co-written by Christopher Nolan, filmed in Chicago. It was a 2008 superhero film, and it was also Heath Ledger's last film.
The Dark Knight.
What gives it away?
The tattoo on your chest.
I think that's your most logical choice.
That is the only one. That is the only one of yours on your list that I will allow.
If we knew in advance, we could.
But yeah, this is. You know, when I said earlier, you'll struggle to get me to watch a film more than twice. I watched it. I went to the cinema 11 times to see this fucking thing.
11
times.
Yeah.
Okay, now 11 times.
I had money to burn, apparently.
That is. You must have a lot of time on your hands, Lou.
Did you not know there's a global pandemic on?
Well, definitely wasn't a global pandemic when Dark Knight came out.
Oh dear.
That's easily my favourite film.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. I mean, the thing is, you can't fault Nolan's Batman, can you? They're absolutely awesome, those films. And the thing is, I loved Batman even before they existed, and I thought that the Batman films had been and gone. I'd sort of lost all hope in superhero films, and then Batman was it Batman?
Turns.
Was it called Batman Begins? What was the first?
Oh,
one?
Begins. Yeah, Begins. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was fantastic. And the Dark Knight just absolutely blew it open, didn't it?
Next level, wasn't it? Really.
Yeah, and I've rewatched that time and time again. Like, that is an absolutely quality film.
I think the first one I could probably take or leave.
Yeah.
It's not. I've got all 3, but that's not one I choose to watch for some reason. I'm not even sure why.
It doesn't stand out to me.
No. But I think certainly, I think that one is the best of the 3.
Yeah, 100%.
I thought the third one was good, and I probably watched the third one more. But I think the second one is it's almost perfect. I think. Would you agree, Ross?
Yeah, well, I think the third one is Dark Knight Rises is awesome, but you've already got the precedent set from the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So by the time the Dark Knight Rises, you know you're in for a treat, but it's not going to be as mind blowing because we've already had the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So if let's say like remove Dark Knight from the equation and Dark Knight Rises was the second installment, then it would have been absolutely hands down amazing. But just because Dark Knight came first, and you had Heath Ledger playing the Joker, which was obviously like a groundbreaking role. Like that, you know, he was absolutely amazing in that role, and it was his last performance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think he actually died before he finished filming, didn't he?
I thought he had until I read up on it.
No, because he was making, was it Don Quixote or something he was making, or something like that after. So I think he had finished it.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
According to what I read earlier, they had genuinely finished it, yeah.
But then it's crazy, isn't it, just how wrong they can get it afterwards? Because when, Batman versus Superman, that is dog shit.
Ben Affleck, though, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, Ben Affleck. And I don't sort of, a lot of people hate Ben Affleck. I don't feel passionately about him either way, but that was dog shit. And like the whole, like the way it was filmed, you think you've got the perfect formula in The Dark Knight and what Chris Nolan did with it. I mean, I feel sorry for any director who's got to sort of do the next one, but I certainly wouldn't fucking put my hand up and volunteer for it. And And it was such a letdown. But I think the guy who did the Batman versus Superman, I can't remember his name, but he's done a few superhero films, weren't they? And they're a bit wank.
Wasn't it Zack Schneider?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah. Did he do one of the Spider-Mans or something? Did he do? He has done it. That wasn't his first superhero film, was it?
He's good. Yeah, he did Man of Steel as well. And if you've ever watched Watchmen,
That's great.
He did that as well, which is
really? I didn't know that.
which is hands down one of the longest, but probably one of the best superhero films that's probably ever been made. But then and there was such a good fit because Batman you might not remember, but Batman during the 90s, obviously you had the Tim Burton ones in the 80s, and then you went on to Batman Forever, and then the fucking awful one with Arnold Schwarzenegger was terrible.
What was that called?
Batman Forever, I think. I might be wrong. Was terrible. So Batman was in quite a bad place in regards to films. And then Christopher Nolan sort of brought them all back again, and everyone cared about Batman again. And you just sort of thought these are probably the best superhero films we're ever going to have, and they probably are.
Yeah.
But then Batman versus Superman, you just think, well, you've ruined like 10 years of work there.
I don't even class them as. I put Batman. I put that trilogy as like a totally. I almost treat them like a different Batman altogether.
Yeah.
I don't let it not let it, but I wouldn't let it flow to the other, Batman versus Superman. I wouldn't even consider to be like follow the same story or anything like that. I wouldn't, do you know what I mean? I just totally treat it as almost a different character altogether because of how, shit it was.
Go on, Ross, you were saying something.
What's that? No, I agree with Lewis actually. Like, yeah, I wouldn't let like anybody else's version of Batman taint what Nolan did, because why would you? Like, you're gonna have that's gonna go on forever and ever and ever. You'll be getting different Batmans and different stories in the Batman universe that get told, and I can't see anybody doing it better than Nolan. But then Nolan didn't. It was the least comic book like superhero film.
Yeah.
And it was almost believable in a way.
Yeah. But to get it so wrong, I think is a massive. It's a big misstep there.
But then you've got the tough thing you've got is obviously you've seen Nolan. You're thinking, right, what do you do as a filmmaker? Do you take that formula and continue it, or do you say no? I'm a director in my own right. I'm going to do my own thing with it completely. And really, you don't have a choice. You've got to do your own thing with it, otherwise you'll just look like a cock, won't you? Trying to replicate somebody else's work.
Yeah, that's true.
Any self-respecting director would try and do their own thing with it. It just came off as being really, really cheesy and shit.
But I think, like I said, the Superman films were quite good, and you kind of thought, well, Superman's back, after all that, and I don't mind Ben Affleck in even that film. I think he's actually not a bad replacement. It just unravelled very, very quickly.
You know who's playing Batman next, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm concerned, me, because I don't like Ben Affleck. The only thing I like him in is Daredevil, but I don't like him as an actor.
I think he was one of the only films he's won an award for, and it was an awesome film. Was he directed and starred in a film called Argo, and that was a really good film, and that was about the American embassy in Iraq. And that was an awesome film. That was based on a true story, and that was fantastic. And he was actually, it was like Ben Affleck was the guy who's done so many films, directed, written, starred in, and never won an award. And Argo was the first one he actually did, and that is a really good film. But he doesn't play a buff sort of action hero type character. He actually slimmed right down and played like a bit of a nerdy diplomat.
Okay.
And that was a really good film, but it was Affleck not being Affleck.
Okay.
It was different, and it was a lot better. But I think if you ask anyone to play a Batman, I mean, fucking hell, he was too juicy as well, wasn't he? In Batman versus Superman.
Juicy.
Juicy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he was.
Do you mean like Richard Gere juicy?
he was too jacked.
Oh,
He was too juicy.
Just popping off to the gym to get juicy.
Yeah, like I don't want my Batman to be built like the Undertaker.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Lewis. That was a fascinating top 5.
You better go watch Balto now.
Yeah, I don't think I will.
Or Focus. At least go watch Focus.
No, I'll watch Black Hawk Down. I promise you. Okay.
Well, thank you for having me.
That's all right. No, it's been fascinating.
Don't know whether that's doesn't make me feel any better.
So, thank you everyone for listening. Lewis's top 5 movies. I think you will all agree it was fascinating, wouldn't you, Ross?
Yeah, I mean, I knew there was going to be some curveballs.
Yeah.
But I don't think if you just said, right, knowing Lou how you do, name some of his favourite films. I wouldn't have said any of them.
Mm.
I might have said Dark Knight, but it would have taken a while to think about it. But that was the only semi-predictable one because it's an amazing film and it's a lot of people's favourite films. But I mean, I've never lived in a world where Pretty Woman and Dark Knight are in the same breath.
So right. Keep up to date with us on Twitter. It's us at S&R. I've written it down as well. Underscore podcast. And also you can sign up for the Patreon, which is patreon.com/Simon and Ross podcast, where you can get exclusive episodes and a sticker. So
also, follow us, like and subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast, because that means that you'll get notifications every Monday morning when a new episode is released.
Well, thank you, Lewis. That's been amazing. Thank you very much.
It's been a good giggle.
Thanks, Lou.
And we'll see you all next time. Say bye, Ross.
Thanks, guys. Bye.